Well, it's a perspective, my friends. A lot of things are kind of coming together. One I would say is the Trump taking over the Federal Reserve, as well as pedophilia starting to make marks like a little bigger stars now. You're starting to see more stuff kind of scrambling around with even Tom Hanks coming out, James Gunn, Sarah Silverman, that weirdo, Patton Oswalt, and Michael Ian Black, I think is the other guy. You more all making jokes about pedophilia, which is not even a joking matter. Think of the kids. If these adults want to make this like a big thing, what about the rights of the kids? Do they not matter? Because according to some in the political spectrum is kids don't have rights. They're not human until they're born, even though they have a heartbeat before that. And how would they not be alive unless they had a heartbeat before that? It's more an excuse. So look at the bigger picture. Always look at the bigger perspective on anything you look at. Look at this. The abortion industry, and I've thought about talking about this before, but it's a very sketchy one, it's a business. There's money to be made there for things that we don't realize about. And then there's that Sarah Ruth that was basically came out on Twitter about how she was sold to Tom Hanks as a young girl by her father, and then basically was in some sex rings and talked about cannibalism. And I mean, I've heard about that stuff kind of floating around, kind of going to certain interviews, and you hear that, you go, what are you talking about? It's crazy stuff. It doesn't make sense. And you just kind of go, wow, this is some really weird stuff. Now, it's starting to come out. CNN is been banned from the White House, and one young reporter was making crazy comments and accusations and stuff like that. And basically, she's not going to be let in. And it's more or less, I think, what the administration's doing is stating, look, you guys have censored us. We're just not going to just take it anymore. See how it feels on your end. As anything we've said, we've been shadow banned, we've been censored, channels been deleted, stuff like that. So there's some things that are coming back to haunt you. So what I'm kind of sensing from this point is we're getting to a juncture where things are going to start happening quickly. Or even they're talking about life. There could have been life on the moon. There's an underground lake on Mars. There's all this stuff. You're getting prepped. Your consciousness is being prepped for all that is coming. And you could say, I don't want to think about it. I'm going to put my head in the sand. I'm going to be complacent. I'm not going to really talk about. Well, then you really are aiding them. It's time to wake up. It's time to realize what's going on. I can't make you. Nobody can make you do anything. But know that consciousness and everything is coming to a head. Things are happening. Things are going to happen quickly. So my perspective on how things are really going to go is once this happens, it's going to let people freaking out. How are we going to survive this? How are we going to grasp everything that's going on right now? Things are happening. You might even feel it, and you don't even know what you're feeling. You're listening to me because you found something that was interesting that I maybe put in my title. Are you awake? Are you red-pilled? I've talked about this before. What are you doing to wake up? What is it that you've done differently? What made you think about this? Something has brought you to this point. Now it's time to go do your research. Time to really look into things. I don't really care what anybody thinks about what I'm saying but the reality is this is going to be our new truth. This is our new truth. the truth of waking up and realizing that we have been lied to. Everything you've ever known, the history books, mathematics, complex equations, all have been lied to you. You've been taught wrong. How do you know this? Well, William Tompkins, a guy who was an insider for many years, said that. So all the textbooks are wrong. Everything we've been taught is wrong. And when they would get information from informants or insiders or someone within, they would give documentation packages to different aerospace companies, and they couldn't really interpret what was in those because we didn't have the skills of that particular type of math, the skills of certain things. So it's fascinating to know that what is going on right now is really look at the benefits that we're going to have. Take what I said. Now talk about what is the end result here. Where's this going? Where are we going to be? Let's look at everything they taught us was wrong, so everything that they know is right. But they don't want us to have it because they want it for themselves. Well, sorry. The universe is not going to do that. So, with the universe not letting that happen for them means it's only good news for us. We're going to have the benefits of all this. 0-point energy, free food. Replicators or printers of your food. Medicines. Actually healing, not just prolonging and masking the symptoms so they can sell more drugs. Think of it that way. We're going to have an opportunity here to be able to have a much better life than we have now. So this change is welcome. Every day I wake up and I'm more excited than I was the day before. We're all struggling through life right now. Maybe we're not where we want to be. But concentrate on what you want and you will achieve it. I believe the luck is changing for a lot of us. Things are going to be different. You're going to get the dreams you want because we're going to go into a golden age. So optimism is key. And I believe, why not? Why not be optimistic of your future? Because once all the lies and all the corruption and all the sick stuff that these elites have been doing for centuries, look up the Hivites. Hivites. McAllister, her station, has a great, she does a lot of investigations about that. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's just awesome about how she looks into it and how really sick these people are and how they feel they're entitled to everything and we're not. Now we're here just for them. We're slaves to them. I don't want to be known as a slave to anybody. But we're debt slaves. We have to pay our bills. In order to have something, we need to put it on credit. The value's been devalued for so long after going off the gold standard. It was one of their last big nails in the coffin going, oh, all right, we got them. Now they're going to run up credit like crazy. And it used to be credit interest was a tax deduction up to about 1987. And they took it away. Well, what they wanted you to do was use credit cards and give the tax advantages. So you'd use them. Get used to it. We'll give you benefits for that. You can write off the interest. Then everybody gets used to it. Now it's just like, oh, we need a credit card. You need a credit card for certain things to pay so you can do other things so you can make more money to pay more of your bills. You get into a vicious cycle of this debt and this slave mentality that they've had for you all this time. So, this is the key. We changed it around. We take them out of the equation as they think they're the all-knowing ones, and we tell them no. There's a very small number of them. We could probably overrun them if we all woke up, but they don't want that. They don't want us to wake up. Because therefore, we wake up, then they're not relevant anymore. Would they do something? They will try to do something. But I believe the White Hats, the Alliance, is working to make sure they don't do anything. They have all the information, these guys. They've got everything, as Q says. If you're following Q, Q has been a great way to kind of wrap this all together so we can kind of have a guidance, because you have the corruption, you have the slave mentality, you have all of this to keep us dumb, to use us as for our DNA, to use us for our adrenochrome, walnut sauce, whatever you want to call it, look it up. If that's what they want us for, as far as adrenochrome and what they do to kids, this is crazy. Keep the faith, my friends. We'll talk soon.